Do you know that 90% of content creators say that they've experienced some kind of burnout? And out of those, 61% say it's because of the inconsistent income and this pressure to stay relevant all the time. 12% of full-time creators are making over $50,000 a year, which is about 42, 43 lakh rupees a year. And the rest are making far less money. And on top of everything, do you know that 1% of all the creators on the planet make 80% of the total income that is to be earned by creator economy? The distribution is far more unequal than in almost any other industry. This is a long awaited awareness video that I wanted to make, and my reason was very clear. I'll tell you. There's this thing that I've noticed. It's shocking. These days, whenever I ask a youngster, what are you doing, or what do you do, or what do you plan on doing? This amazing statistic, like 100% of the times I have heard, maybe it's probably because of my own bubble, I don't know, but 100% of times till now, I have heard people want to be a creator. They want to create content, or they are already a creator. And if you ask them the number of followers they have, it's barely 500, 800, 1,000, 3,000, 4,000. The other day, there was this guy who came to deliver food to our door. He was on a BMW bike, by the way. I don't know how he afforded it. I'm sorry, I'm not making fun of anyone. I'm just being very candid with you. He came on a BMW bike to deliver food. We got curious, like, you're delivering food and you're on a BMW bike. So we asked him, what do you do? He said, I'm a creator. He clarified that I'm doing this because I intend on making content out of this. So we are fine. Okay, understood. So we asked him, how many followers do you have? And he says, 4,000. I am not saying that that's a very small number or this is something that you shouldn't be proud of. No. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong and do not start commenting yet. First, listen to me what I have to say. I feel responsible towards making this content. Why? Because I feel there is a huge, massive population that is terribly misguided about what content creation is, how it feels like, how much money it makes. I'll be very clear with you here, and I do not want to sugarcoat this, do not want to put it into fancy words and misguide you again. Whatever you're seeing is a facade. Content creators, most content creators don't make any money at all. It is not a career path, it is a lottery. You might get lucky if you are one in those millions. Otherwise, the chances are really against you. The odds are extremely against you, more than in any other profession. You take up doctors, you take up engineers, you take up any other profession that is highly respected or people wanted to get into it at one point of time. I mean, back in the days when we were little kids, these were highly aspired for professions. Your chances of succeeding at that are far higher than your chances of succeeding at content creation. And I will give you facts. I will give you figures. I have my entire research here. I'm not going to pick up my laptop. It's right here. The entire numbers are here and I'm going to prove it to you. My only aim behind making this content is not to create something sensational or, create a buzz. No, that is not the intent. The intent is my care. I genuinely feel that there is immense pressure on these youngsters these days, these young 20, 22 years old, 24, 25-year-olds, terrible pressure of creating a personal brand. This pressure, this dream to build a personal brand and create content is, if you look at it, is actually free labor on which ads are put, ads are run, and it generates millions in revenue for tech platforms. Of course, it does pay a handful of creators, but most people don't make money out of it. And then there are platforms that don't pay you even a penny. It's entirely free labor. And I'm completely aware of the irony of this content piece. I'm aware that I'm creating a video to tell you to not create videos. But actually, if you look at it, it's very specific. I'm not asking you to not create videos. I'm just asking you to not start it with the intent of making a career on it, because the dream is too thin. it's not really realistic. And somebody needs to say it, and that is why I'm saying it. And if this content piece gives permission to even one single person to put down their phone and start to reclaim their life and to start enjoying their moments again, I think the purpose is solved. It was completely worth it. I see in my gym, people bring their tripods and they are recording videos of their workouts. They are not working out. They are only recording videos over there of, showing their muscle. I don't know. I mean, of course it is, sometimes it's annoying because, you don't want to come into other people's videos and then you have to, some people are not comfortable. If somebody opens their camera and they start to record and you're standing right behind them, you don't feel comfortable. Sometimes it's not comfortable. It has nothing to do with the fact that I am from this industry and this is what I do for a living. I know it's very ironic, guys. Please understand. I know it is ironic and I know it can totally backfire on me and totally upset you. And I'm very sorry if it upsets you. I don't want to hurt you. I just want to burst this bubble. I want you to tell the facts the way they are. 5 massive mistakes that are not giving you the correct impression of what this industry is all about. I will just clear this up for you. Very honest. YouTube is something I completely love. I owe my entire life to it. It has helped me. It has changed my life. But I got lucky. The chances were not in my favor. I had a skill, I used that skill, and the time, what really worked in my favor was the time when I started to do YouTube videos. The time was in my favor. Not many people were creating content around then. It was not such a big hype. I started somewhere around 7 or 8 years ago. Okay, long ago. Back then, people were not always recording videos. Nowadays, you see everybody's recording videos all the time. That was not the scene then. So, it was a lottery where still the chances were higher. I had never expected that I would become a YouTuber one day. My goal was 50,000 followers. I could not have ever imagined 1 million followers, ever. But anyway, it happened. There were reasons for it to happen. There were help. There was a lot of help that I received. There were some lucky chances that I received, and somehow it completely worked. And COVID was also one of the reasons, not denying. Okay, let's start with the video. Your cousin just dropped a new video in regard to the new recipe they created. It's everywhere. It's omnipresent. And this video is about why I feel this is a huge mistake. And I'm going to state my reasons why I feel that this hustle to be a content creator is actually hurting us. So let me first clear the air. I am not against making videos at all. Not everything is negative. Of course, there is a positive side to it, and now people are getting a chance to share their passion with everybody. They are getting to let people know what they are capable of. And it's amazing what is happening, I learn everything that I do from YouTube, from Instagram and all these platforms. Like I make a recipe, it is because of YouTube. Anything I learned to make my content using YouTube. Everything that I'm doing is on social media and I've learned it from there. What camera to buy, what lights to buy, everything is from social media. And this is probably the first time people are actually getting a chance to build a career out of things they are passionate about without being blocked by a gatekeeper. And it's all open. You could just open your camera and start recording and maybe convert your passion into your career. Possible, of course. It is definitely a net positive for culture. Okay? Because so much variety, the kind of things that you see on social media is amazing. There's so much variety, such creative content, and it really passes your time very well. You're laughing, you're giggling, scrolling. Okay, fine, 1 hour a day, it doesn't hurt. You enjoy, you learn. And especially if you are cautious of what you're watching, it is fun. It is a net positive for culture. I totally agree. The people's voice is democratized. People are speaking more than ever now. They've got a platform where they can talk about things they don't like, talk about things they like. Like, this is what I'm doing right now. I am just trying to use the democracy of this platform to bring my voice out to you about what I feel about these things. But when a good idea becomes a universal expectation, that is where it probably starts to hurt. There's this landmark study, a 2019 survey by LEGO, the Harris Poll of children, aged 8 to 12 in the US, UK, and China, that found that YouTuber or vlogger was the number one aspiration for American and British kids, beating out astronaut, musician, athlete, and teacher. In China, astronaut was still number one, showing a stark cultural difference. When today's kids were asked what they want to be when they grow up, the number one answer wasn't an astronaut or a doctor. It was a content creator. A Morning Consult survey found that 54% of Americans aged 13 to 38 would become an influencer if given the opportunity, and 86% are willing to post sponsored content for money. The desire isn't just among children. Over half of all the young people would jump at the chance to be an influencer. The aspiration is now mainstream. This is probably one of the biggest shortcomings of this crisis, this aspiration crisis. Nobody, I feel, is aspiring to be a great doctor or a great engineer, or at least I don't find many such people who talk about these things. Mostly people are talking about becoming a content creator. And I feel, what are we doing to our country? If everybody is going to be a content creator, what are we going to do when somebody is sick at a home? Or when somebody wants to construct a building, when somebody wants to build a bridge? Where are we going to find all those brilliant minds? I feel it is a crisis. It's one thing, see, understand. If you are doing something and you're doing it really well, like you are an interior decorator, and at the same time, you have a platform where you can share your designs and you can share your work with people and get more work out of that. Perfect. No harm. Very good. Very, very good. But this aspiration to be famous for the sake of being famous, we can't be Kardashians. I mean, how lucky do you have to be that? When you are famous only because you are famous and you make money out of it. There is a requirement of a skill. If you have a skill set and you use that skill set to gain a following online, only then you can make money. Otherwise, I am telling you, as a content creator, I feel like a total scam right now talking about all this. But I had to tell you what I feel about these things and what I see going around. As a content creator, I can tell you I've seen a massive decline in my brand income in the last 3 to 4 years. My followers have increased, but my income from brands has decreased. And it's not just because brands don't want to come to me. They still do want to. But the quality of the brand also matters. If you are at a platform where you have built a goodwill, you cannot work with everyone. I cannot work with lottery brands or these apps that ask you to put in money and play games. I cannot promote those things. It's impossible. It will bring such a bad light to my name. People will stop trusting me. Now you get it, right? Brands are still out there. Just recently, I partnered with Samsung. I worked with some really good brands like Odoo. I've worked with Indeed, and they are brilliant. And that is why I worked with them. I cannot go around work with anybody and everybody. Of course, you may think that, okay, fine. If you have a smaller following, you probably will work with a smaller brand and make some bucks. But I'm telling you, it's not sustainable. You cannot take a loan and hope that the brand income will keep coming in so that you can pay your EMIs. Your income can, it can go this and this, and there is no graph to it. There is no perpetuity to it. You're just taking too big a risk with your career. For every one Mr. Beast, there are millions of others who are not even making minimum wage, sacrificing their financial futures for a dream that statistically will probably never happen. What happens to a society when its most creative and ambitious minds are optimizing for algorithm retention instead of curing diseases, when they're focused on brand deals instead of building bridges. We are incentivizing a massive drain of talent away from solving real complex problems. Let's talk about mistake number 2, devaluation of craft and expertise. Now here are a few shocking stats for you. Over 500 hours of video content is uploaded to YouTube every minute. How can a masterpiece stand out when it has to compete with 500 hours of content that is being uploaded every single minute? Over 300 million photos are uploaded to Meta's platforms every single day. That is 30 crores every single day. Your beautifully crafted single photograph is a drop in the ocean of 300 million pictures in a day. When everybody is a filmmaker, the value of professional photography, script writing, or filmmaking gets diluted. And algorithm, let me be honest, a lot of times it rewards consistency and quantity over quality and mastery. And this is coming from somebody who's been creating content for 7-8 years now. I got lucky, but I'm concerned. If you are throwing away your financial future for such a big game, I think you should reconsider. And believe me, I am not trying to cut my competition here. Because if you're starting right now and if you have no following or you have a couple of thousands right now, you are not a competition to me. So I am not trying to kill my competition here. You may be a competition. I don't know. 1 out of a million is definitely a competition. It's not about me. I am not concerned about myself here. I actually genuinely care for you that I'm creating this for you. Very often you will see that a very beautifully crafted documentary will not receive as many likes and views as a dance video would. We are drowning in a sea of mediocrity where anything that is of high quality struggles to stand out. It also discourages the process of this deliberate, slow process of gaining mastery at anything. Like, I'm a chartered accountant and there is an argument against me about that. Ma'am, you are not using your degree. I am using my degree. I make stock market content too. Okay, I am educating people. It is going in the field of education. That's how I see it. But let's talk about becoming a master doctor, an amazing doctor. It takes about 10 years, no? At least 10 years. I mean, this is what this book Mastery says, that it takes about 10,000 hours, which adds up to about 10 years of your time to become a master at something. And I feel that that is somewhere struggling, and that is somewhere that is going out of fashion. And not many are aspiring to be masters at their craft. Many people want to get into this. My own accountants, they ask me, ma'am, how do I create content? My doctors ask me, I need your help with creating content. Now, these guys are still okay, because they are anyway doing something else. They're making their money from that place. But what if this doctor decided 20 years ago that I'm not going to be a doctor, I'm going to be a content creator? I would not have had her. She's a blessing in my life. I'm talking about my gynecologist. She is a blessing in my life. I would not have had her. And there is this crisis that this video is a small appeal against. Mistake number 3, monetization trap, turning hobbies into jobs. The 1% rule. A study by Hill Signal Fire found that across platforms, the top 1% of creators earn approximately 80% of the total income. The distribution is more unequal than in almost any other industry. Only 12% of full-time creators are making over $50,000 a year. Vast majority are earning far less. The median is brutal. A study of over 2 million creators found that the median creator earns just $65 per month from their Patreon. On YouTube, a channel needs millions of views just to make minimum wage from ad revenue. Talk about Spotify. Top 1.4% of artists on Spotify are responsible for 90% of the streams. It's estimated that a musician needs over 3 lakh monthly streams just to earn the equivalent of a $15 per hour full-time job. So what does it tell you? If a musician has to make minimum wage he will require a following of a minimum of a small city size of audience. This pressure to monetize your passion is immense. The moment your hobby has to pay your bills, it becomes another job. And then the pressure is immense. You don't enjoy your hobby. That therapeutic nature of the hobby is destroyed because all you care about is the money it is going to fetch you. You are optimizing everything that you're doing in your hobby for views, for engagement. What should be my camera angle? When should I post it? How frequently should I indulge into my hobby to make content? Your mind is going in the other direction. You're no more enjoying that hobby. So this converting passion into business, I don't think it works for a lot of people. They have converted their hobbies into their jobs. And those jobs are not even paying them enough. Once in a while you might get very lucky and strike a great deal with a brand and get lakhs of rupees for maybe one content piece or 2 or 3 content pieces. How do you ensure that it sustains? How do you ensure that you continue to make that kind of money for the next 3-4 years? The person who loved baking for fun now stresses about getting the perfect shot for Instagram, engaging with comments, and whether the cake reel will go viral. The joy is gone. Everything must be optimized for public consumption. Mistake number 4, the mental health crisis of a micro creator. 90% of content creators have experienced burnout, and 71% have considered quitting social media entirely. There's this constant pressure. 80% of influencers feel pressure to post content that makes their lives look perfect, leading to feelings of anxiety and inadequacy. This isn't a job for many. It's a 24/7 performance that leads to crippling anxiety and burnout. Professional creators have big teams, a bare minimum of 15, 20, 25, 30, 40 people that are working collectively towards a common goal, okay, to make that brand popular. But what about the people who don't have teams? The micro creators I'm talking about, people who are just starting out. What about them? They have to be the writer, they have to be director, they have to be the filmmaker, they have to be the editor, they have to be graphic designer, they have to be the sound and audio manager, community manager, everything all at once. It creates burnout. People do feel burnout. If you go about, ask anybody who has been doing it for a few months, they will tell you the pressure is immense. And now when you have a few thousands who are following you, the pressure to remain is also immense. You can't back out. You cannot say, okay, fine, I've had enough, I'm not going to continue with this. Because now there is this lust to grow it further. Because you feel if 3,000 like my content and 3,000 people can subscribe, why can't 30 lakh subscribe to me? I mean, it's just a game of quantity. If I continue to post, I will get there. This is what your mind, your logic will tell you. These are things that are beyond your control. It's not just about you posting content every single day, because a lot of people are doing that already. And then you are obsessed with stats. You keep looking at the revenue that you've made, the likes you've gathered in a month, the views, shares. You are obsessed with those things. You cripple at the thought of losing followers. You cripple at the thought of not getting enough engagement next month. Think about posting something that you like a lot, you've created with passion, and then it receives 12 likes. How will you feel about it? Now, I know this does look very glittery. It looks fascinating, it's shiny, and everybody is doing it. Again, I want to clarify before I proceed. I am not saying don't make videos. Make videos. Have fun. You enjoy it, do it. But this expectation of making it into a career is what is scary, is what needs an assessment. Because 3,000 followers now is not a guarantee of a sure shot career in this field. Because let's just accept it, it's not something that is taught at universities. Some universities are doing it, it's not a mainstream idea yet. Universities are not teaching you, they're not giving you diplomas and courses. They are not teaching you exactly the art because they don't know it themselves. How will they teach? If you ask me, ma'am, give me 100% sure shot strategy to make it on social media, I will have 10-20 things to talk about. For sure, I will tell you, do this, do that, use this camera, lighting angle. I will tell you, character reels work better, or, hook is very important, first 3 seconds on Instagram, very important, first 30 seconds on YouTube, very important, all of that. I will have immense knowledge to share with you. But I cannot give you guarantee that it will work for you. Because at the end of the day, algorithm has to like you. Mistake number 5 is the end of privacy and spontaneity. When your life is your content, you stop living and you start producing all the time. All your moments are not about living, they are about producing. Every vacation, every relation, every meal that you take, every outing with friends is viewed through lens of whether I can make content out of this. It's a genuine concern. You don't know. A couple on a beachside enjoying the sunset are not really enjoying the sunset. They are just taking the perfect selfie or the perfect time lapse to share with the people. There is no harm in sharing. As a content creator, like I'm myself a content creator, and I get asked this question several times. Ma'am, how do I make it? Like, what did you do? How did it work for you? First of all, if you want to find out how I made it, my social media is an entire summary of what I've done. Entire PDF is there if you just go through my videos. So you can find out what I've done. But apart from that, I used to tell people that you want to create content, go ahead, create content, have fun, okay? Just remember to have fun. Do not put this condition of making money out of it. Now, this was the thing I used to say even 3 years back. This is not something that I have just started. It's not a new mindset. Because I remember when I had about 25,000-30,000 followers, which was in 2019 or 2020, I'm not sure. I remember that I wasn't making anything. No money. I was only doing it because I was having fun. Only having fun. That's it. I used to enjoy, reading comments. People saying, oh, you speak so well. Oh my God, it's so fun to watch your videos. All that stuff. That used to keep me happy. On the side, other things were going on. I would never, believe me, never thought that this would be my career. Till the time I actually did get to the number of 1 million followers on YouTube. That's why I say YouTube changed my life and I'm highly indebted to it. And it's a lovely platform to work on. So in short, life becomes performative. Every moment of your day, you're performing for someone. Your thoughts are such. Your thoughts have changed. All you care about is, how do I optimize this, anything around me, for a good video, for a good content piece, a good picture. Now, what should I do if I don't do this? What should be my stance? How should I look at things? It is a noble and wonderful thing to simply enjoy, appreciate, and support the work of others without feeling the need to compete with them. I want to encourage you to start enjoying your hobbies again. Indulge into things that you enjoyed earlier. Sit down with your book, read, maybe write something, do some makeup without recording a video of it if you enjoy applying cosmetics on your face. Play some music, okay? No camera, no audience. Rediscover creation as a form of self-expression and not self-branding. It is okay to share a picture of your holiday, your vacation with your friends, your family. But it's a whole different game when you're doing it with the intent of creating content. Content creation is the systematic, strategic production of media for a public audience. We need to reclaim the former. So basically, if I have to summarize this all, I will just take a moment to tell you what I feel about this. First of all, there's no harm in sharing what you create. Okay? There's no harm in sharing your vacation pictures, creating a fun video about your family or your vacation or wherever, whatever you're doing. It's okay, okay? But do it, the intention is important. If your intention is to share, good, go ahead, do it. It's fun, really, it is fun. But don't put the condition of making money out of it, because factually, chances are not in the favor of the millions of people who are doing it right now, because the competition is immense. Every single person has their camera out and recording videos and posting. 500 hours of video content every minute, I told you. 30 crore pictures every day. Immense competition. Immense, like nowhere else in any other industry, in any other profession. Control yourself before it gets out of hand. I'm sorry if it demotivated you. My intent was not that. I just wanted to show you mirror. Who better than anybody who is already a part of this profession, who has been doing it for what, almost a decade now. So it is a lottery and you're buying a lottery ticket, so it's fine. Look at it with the intent of that. But compromising and sacrificing your life, your moments, your future finances, a stable career, giving all that up is very risky, extremely risky. You want to create content, do it as something on the side. Okay? It shouldn't be your main aim. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm so sorry if it demotivated you. I feel a little guilt creating this one, but on the other hand, I feel proud that I actually spoke my mind because it took courage, believe me. When I wrote this content, I asked my team if we are sure we want to shoot this, and they said, yes, ma'am, we should, because it's eye-opening, it's important. People need to see this. I can actually show you the chat. I don't know if he'll allow me to share it, but if he does, I will show it to you. I was actually very skeptical of creating this. What do you think? Has this pressure stolen your joy from your moments? Share what you think about it. I'm ready to listen to you. I genuinely am looking for some support here because I'm shaking. But yes, any word of support will mean a lot to me. Please, if you can write something for me down below. I'd love to know your thoughts. The human being in me is saying that you've done a good job creating this one and you should do it. I just hope I have gathered the courage to shoot it, record it. I just have equal courage to post it. That's another battle. Thank you very much. Anything and everything that I said in this video is absolutely honest. I take full responsibility for it. Thank you. Bye.